Good morning. This is an explanation of the assignment with regards to checks and balances among the branches. So I want to explain how to accomplish this assignment. First of all, there are two. If you go to Moodle, you will find the assignment called Checks and Balances Among the Branches. You click on that assignment and you will find there are two different pieces of paper that you'll need. The first one looks like this. It's a grid with regards to legislative, executive, and judicial branches. And then the second page looks something like this. And this is a list of terms and statements with regards to how the branches check each other. These are specific ways that that's accomplished. Your goal here is to take this group and attach them to one of the boxes that you'll see in this grid. Now, I've already done a couple, actually three, for you to understand. The first is I want you to understand how this graphic organizer is arranged. On this side, on the left side of the page, legislative, executive branch. This you are looking at in terms of this branch and how it checks this branch and this branch. So this side, you're saying legislative branch, and what does it do to check the executive and the judicial branch? If you look at the executive, this one, the executive branch, that's exactly the same idea, only you're looking at the executive branch and how it relates to or checks the legislative branch and judicial branch. And then down here, of course, it's the same idea, judicial branch checking the legislative and the executive branch. So how you accomplish this is by going back to this form right here, and I'm starting right at the top. We'll look at veto override and come back to the other, sorry. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong one, sorry. Okay, and you will find that with the veto override is a check that the legislative branch can make on the executive branch. If you remember, the executive branch can veto legislation and laws. That is a check, and we'll see, you should see that that is a check that exists for the executive branch on the legislative. However, the legislative branch can override that veto by a 3/3 majority of Congress. And so that would place that particular one right there. All right. Then if you go back to the list again, judges not subject to removal by president, that's the next one. So you can come back here, and we've placed that here. Judges are not subject, or the executive branch cannot fire a judge, specifically a Supreme Court judge. So they cannot be removed by the president. The only way a judge can be removed is either through election, if they were first of all elected, or if they are impeached. All right, so hopefully this gives you the idea on how to work the list. In addition, you can see these gray boxes right here. What I've done there, and obviously a legislative branch cannot check itself, but what I've done here is just to make sure that you remember what are the jobs of the legislative branch. Well, it's to make law. What's the job of the executive branch? Place that right there. And that is on the list on the other page. And then judicial branch, the same idea. What is the judicial branch's job? It's right there. All right. So now on this list that you see right here, every one of them are used. There's nothing used, not used. There is one. You'll see there are two interpret and apply laws. There are two locations that can be used. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. If you have any questions, obviously feel free to give me a call. Thanks.